that is to you. Are you guys mothers or?
I'm a mom.
You're a mother? Two small boys. I know this about Hannah. She's my host. Cash and Corbin, you told me about how much they mean to you, and they're such adorable little boys. What about you guys? Two girls. Three kiddos. Do you have kids as well? Two boys. All right, so we have a good mix. So I'm assuming those people are probably your why, right? So why it's so important to you that you take your personal safety into your own hands. So I want to share with you guys our warrior creed. I'm learning. Oh, no? Okay. Where is it? There we go. There we go. Bear with me. All right, so you guys can't really, or can you read this one? So everybody, I want us to all read this warrior creed together. So this is kind of the foundation for what we're going to talk about today. So this is my life. My life is valuable and worth the fight. Those who are with me deserve to be protected by me as well. Denial doesn't make me safe. In fact, denial has negative side effects and will cause me to be unprepared and ineffective. Personal safety is my responsibility. I will make this investment in my life because my life is worth the fight. All right, so this is our warrior creed, right? This is the thing that is most important to us and why we want to take our personal safety into our own hands. So what are some things, I want to share with you guys some things that threaten this every day. So unfortunately, we live in a world that is not always safe, right? So we know that college-aged women are 4 times more likely to be sexually assaulted. A violent crime occurs every 26 seconds, and 1 in 5 women are survivors of rape. 1 in 3 women experience domestic violence, and 70% of all sexual assaults happen before the age of 17. So these are the harsh reality of the world that we live in, unfortunately, and these are things that are a threat to us and our warrior creed and to the ones that we love. So we want to talk about some ways that we can protect and equip ourselves so that we don't have to experience these things. So I'm going to just run through kind of some basic things before we get into the products of what we're going to talk about today. So have you guys heard about situational awareness? A little bit? Okay. So situational awareness is our ability to go about our daily lives but be prepared for any possible threat that might come our way. Okay, so what does that really mean? I don't want to be walking around living in fear, right? Fear is very paralyzing, but I do want to be constantly aware of my potential threats, of my surroundings. I want to be aware of how to exit a room safely. I want to be aware of other cars in a parking lot that might have somebody in there that's, looking a little off or strange. So this is just my general awareness of my safety and my surroundings. And this is something that we can practice and that we can learn. It's a skill that the more we practice it and the more times we use it, it becomes muscle memory. So I want to invite you guys to do an exercise with me. So if you could, please close your eyes. Everybody can do this together. So everyone close your eyes. And you can just think about this. You don't have to shout the answer out, but what color shirt is the person next to you wearing? Okay, so open your eyes. Were you right? You were right. Maroon. Okay, I've got a good group here. Either you really love each other's outfits or you're just very aware. Close your eyes again. What color are my eyes?
Green.
Open your eyes. You were right, they are green. Were you all right?
No, I thought they were blue.
Blue, okay. Close your eyes again. How many exits are in the room and where are they?
There's 3 on each door. Or there's 7.
Open your eyes. Okay. 3. I heard 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's 7.
7.
If you count.
You get out that way. 7. All right. Good. 7 exits. Close your eyes one more time. If you were blindfolded, would you be able to get out of this room safely?
Yes.
Open your eyes. Were you right? Yes. Yes? Okay, good. So if you are disappointed in some of your answers, if you maybe didn't know what color shirt the person next to you is wearing, that's okay, because situational awareness is something that we can learn. So with every single person you meet, you're making eye contact with them. You're taking note of Tara's brown eyes, right? They're beautiful. Of course I'm taking note, but I'm being aware of my surroundings. I'm making sure that I can identify that person maybe later. When I walk into a new area, I'm looking to see where my exits are and how I can access them easily. When I walk to my car after work, I'm scanning the parking lot. My head's always on a swivel. I never have my cell phone with my face just buried in it, right? So I'm just constantly aware of these things. So this is our situational awareness. And I want you to think about this throughout the night as we go through this stuff. And also our warrior creed. We're going to tie back to that. So our warrior creed is really the fundamental part of our warrior mindset. So the warrior mindset is the will to win no matter what. So not only will you survive an attack, but you will win. You will walk away from that overcoming the other person. And that is really just your choice, right? So what I'm going to show you today, the tools that you can have to level the playing field are great to get away from an attack, but it starts with our attitude, and it starts with our choice to take our life into our own hands and to be that warrior. So I want to tell you guys about the OODA loop, because the OODA loop is my favorite thing. It's so fun to say. Everybody say, OODA loop, OODA loop. So fun. Okay, so this stands for observe, orient, decide, and act. So what this is a cyclical decision-making process. So everybody goes through this. I'm going through it, you're going through it right now, a potential attacker is going through it. So what this is you observe somebody or a situation, you've oriented yourself to that situation, you've decided what you're going to do, and now you're acting in it. So right now I'm in the acting stage of describing the OODA loop, right? Well, if somebody wants to attack me, they've already decided what they're going to do. They've already seen me, they've already oriented themselves, and they are going to attack me. And we learned today, action is faster than reaction, right? But that's okay, because I have my own OODA loop process and I can disrupt theirs. So the second that I am able to, kind of gain control of my breathing and what's going on, and I'm relying on that muscle memory of my situational awareness, I'm going to be able to disrupt their OODA loop and gain some valuable seconds to get away. And how I'm going to get away, and I'm going to show you this with all our products, is I'm going to get off the X. So if I am right here in the middle of an X with an attacker, I'm going to shuffle backwards at a 45-degree angle so I'm not tripping over anybody. So that would look something like this, right? So, and then once I've created enough space, I will turn and I'll run. But I will never turn like I am right now. I would never turn my back to my attacker because I'm vulnerable. I would never try to run back really quickly because I may fall and he may be able to get me. So that is our OODA loop, and it's awesome, right? I love the OODA loop. What are some people that threaten us? There's bad guys everywhere, right? Bad guys means women and men, not just men. So there are a couple things that people will do before they engage in a fight. And these are called pre-fight indicators, and they are involuntary physiological things that you can look for. So some of those things might be looking at their eyes. What are their eyes doing? Are they staring intently at you? Are they blinking very quickly? Are they looking for the exits to see if they can be between you and the exit? So you're reading those eyes. You can tell so much about a person by looking at their eyes, right? You're looking at their hands, because your hands are they're kind of an indication of what we're going to do. So am I reaching for a weapon? Am I clenching my fist? Am I shaking because adrenaline's coming over me and I'm getting ready to attack somebody? So looking at those hands, you are monitoring their movement. So are they taking a fighting stance? Are they swaying? Maybe they're inebriated, something like that. So you're paying close attention to that. And then what they're saying to you, their conversational cues. Are they being dehumanizing? Are they criticizing you? Are they saying something like, oh, hey, let me help you with that, even though you're not asking for help? Unsolicited help, right? So these might all be things of a pre-fight indicator, right? So those are things to think about. And then, of course, our bodily intuition. So can you guys tell me a little bit about what intuition looks like to you?
It's a gut feeling that responds to your mind telling you something's not right.
Oh, say it one more time.
It's just that gut feeling that like links to your mind that tells you something's not right.
Yeah, so sometimes you can't, yeah, that butterfly or something, and sometimes you can't describe it, but you just know something's off.
Quite often it affects your body. So some people, I do exercises with my party, at my parties, not, working on exercises, but, intuition exercises and got an instinct exercise. Sorry, I'm not a pro right now. Yes, I do know what it feels like, and sometimes, for me, I get this fire up my core, my heat at my core, and I've known people who get red in their chest. They have different, your body gives you signals when your instinct is right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Instinct is key, and it doesn't lie, and you should never ignore that. Oh, wait, I'm not a pro either. Gosh, but it's okay.
That is good advice, but you know that, right? So, oh, I'm sorry. I'm cutting myself off. Okay, so, so that bodily intuition, do you want to share, Audrey?
No, I just
Okay.
everything that they said is great, exactly. And that's,
Yeah.
what I try to teach my kids about.
Right, and so sometimes that's important that we listen to our children's intuition too, right? They have that innate ability to sense danger as well. So our intuition is built into us to protect us. Animals also have intuition, but we also have judgment. So that's a great thing, because that allows me to assess the situation. That tells me that somebody that looks at me the wrong way, I'm not going to pull out my pepper spray and spray them in the face, right? I'm going to judge the situation, but sometimes, especially as women, we discount our intuition because of that judgment. So if somebody knocks on my door, my dog's going to run to the door and bark because they think somebody's there and it's a potential threat. I'm going to think, oh, what if that's a Girl Scouts? I would love some Thin Mints, right? And I'm going to go open the door. So I have that judgment to kind of throw off my intuition. But sometimes I might discount my intuition because I'm afraid of being rude. I don't want to be impolite to somebody. I'm worried about what people think about me. I care about my perception. Or I convince myself I'm being paranoid, right? We do this a lot. Oh, nothing could go wrong. I live in a safe neighborhood. I'm just being paranoid. Don't ever ignore your intuition, right? Honor that intuition because it's there to protect you. And just like Kathy said, it can be physical and emotional. So that nagging feeling, anxiety, those are emotional things. Maybe a stomach ache is physical. That ringing in your ears, your hands shaking. We all know these feelings, right? When we're uncomfortable and that's our intuition signaling to us. So do not judge that. You guys have some great ideas. I want all of you on my team.
I'll join.
Great team. Yeah, you are going to make a great damsel pro. All right, so we're going to go into the fun stuff here. And we're going to learn a little bit about the products. So I'm going to pass some of these out. And, oh, you have one. She is a good hostess. She's had a party. She's been to a party before. If you guys want to book your own party, I will talk to you about that at the end.
You know what this looks like?
Yeah, I hear that a lot. It looks kind of funny, right? But what is this? What is this, though? I'm going to tell you. So this is one of my favorite tools. This should be with everybody. You can keep this throughout your house as well. Above a door jamb. I keep one in the side of my car so I can reach that. But I always have one on my keys. And this is a socket to me striking tool. So this is a martial arts Kubotan, and it's molded aluminum. It's very hard. And what this does is it's a force multiplier. So it allows me to strike somebody without hurting myself, right? I can hit much harder and have a much more effective strike with this in my hand than I can just with this. So I'm going to teach you guys kind of some areas of where we can hit our bob here. So this is our bad guy. So I just want to let you guys know that of all the products I'm going to share with you tonight, this is the only one that can be potentially lethal. So this is a $10 tool. You can keep it with you wherever, and this is a great personal protection item. If you're going to hit anywhere around the head, the eyes, the back of the head here, the throat, this area, the head, neck up, basically is the most vulnerable area to be potentially lethal. So I just want you guys to know, as you are doing this, if you're fighting for your life, that means you're fighting for your life, right? You're thinking about that warrior creed and your warrior mindset, and you're like, heck no, I'm walking home safe today, right? So just know that when you do strike somebody in these zones, you must be justified in making a lethal strike. But if you're fighting for your life, you're fighting for your life. It's fair game, right? There's also some soft tissue areas in the ribs that we can hit here, in the chest, anywhere, basically. If somebody comes up behind you, strike right back at their leg. We have our femoral artery here. That's going to hurt extremely bad. So the first grip I want to show you is the ice grip. So you're just going to hold it kind of in your fist like this. And this is, you're going to do this kind of motion, or maybe like this to the side. And then also, if somebody maybe gets on top of you and you're able to access your personal protection item, you're going to hold it a little bit differently. So the tip here is going to be closer to my thumb, and then I can do some of these uppercuts. So if somebody's on top of me, I'm going to come and try to hit at their ribs or on their head. If somebody's on top of me, I'm fighting for my life, right? So I want you guys to come up and strike our bob. And when you do this, I want you to yell. I want you to tell when somebody is going to attack you, right? Before we ever get to this, hopefully you can de-escalate. And just working on your situational awareness and making eye contact. And if you feel uncomfortable with somebody, you can maybe just say like, hey, I like your shoes, letting them know, I see you, I'm aware, I'm not an easy target. If they continue to come and it does proceed to an attack where you have to defend yourself, you're gonna yell, you're gonna use your voice, you're gonna say things like, get back, right? You're gonna scream that as you hit, get back, get back. You can say things like, I don't know this person. Fire! Fire! Anything. You can say crazy stuff, like make them think you crazy loco and they don't want to mess with you. So Hannah, would you like to come up? You're our host. So as this guy attacks you, so I want you to think about getting off the X as well. So when you get away, you're retreating off the X and you're doing that shuffle, right? So you're not tripping over anything. So Hannah, you are leaving work and you're alone tonight, luckily. You're not with your two boys. But they're at home and you're on your way back to them. Somebody comes up and is trying to attack you from the front, and you need to get away from them. So how are you going to respond with your striking? Get away! Get away! Yeah! See that slide shuffle? Now I want you to feel what it's like to hit this guy, all right? Hit him as hard as you can and yell when you do it. Oh, yeah. Get away! Yeah! So can you tell, Hannah, how...
I turned my back, though. I just turned my back.
That's okay. That's a skill that you can learn, right? So she... You gotta shuffle here. So can you tell how that really reinforces your strike? It makes a big difference, right? Than just hitting with your hand. And that hurts. Like, this bob is pretty squishy, and it hurts. So imagine hitting some big dude. All right, so Kathy, you want to come up? Thank you. Thank you. All right, Kathy. Yes. So you are walking to your car. Somebody, the bob actually, so I want you to stand this way. Somebody's grabbed you from behind and they are trying to pull you into their vehicle. So how are you going to respond, and then how are you going to get off the X?
Get off me! Get off! Back off! Back up! And to get off, I'm just going to run because he's behind me.
Yeah. Yeah, right? All right, great. And I want you to hit the bob too and see what it's like to really strike this thing.
And don't come back!
Woo! All right. Tara, please come up and hit this bob.
No!
Woo! And then you shuffle back. All right, so you could tell. That's pretty powerful. Audrey, you want to come up, and I want to hear in your loud voice how you're going to tell this guy to get away from you.
Okay. Back up. Get away. You want me to hit him?
Yeah, hit him. Go for it. Woo! Yeah. All right.
See, and then my voice isn't carry, so for me, it's hard to. Usually when okay.
Yeah.
Not a guest. No, me.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's important to say, like what I tell people is to say, help me, help me, help me, loud. And then, because when I'm fighting, I can't talk, right? I don't know, that's just, I've learned that about myself. So at the beginning, I should have yelled, help me, help me, help me. And then.
Because you've noticed that your voice
I
kind of
need
goes
to show
out.
someone, but I just don't, I need all my voice for that.
Yeah, you're using all your energy, so I love that. So yelling before, and then if you are engaging in that fight, then you're just going for it. So how does that feel?
That felt awesome.
Yeah, how awesome is it that this little tool is just $10? You can keep it with you. I have them all around my house, and I call that staging my protection. So if somebody comes in, I know exactly where these are, so I can go grab one, and no one's gonna mess with me, right? Because I have that warrior mindset. So I want to tell you guys next about our stun guns because they are so awesome. Do you guys have a stun gun?
No.
Have you ever fired a stun gun? Okay, awesome. So our damsel in defense stun guns are great. So this is actually an original model. It's patented. You can only get it through damsel in defense. And it fits in my hand just so great. This right here is a disable pin. So if somebody takes this away from me, it doesn't work and they can't use this on me. So that's another layer of protection right there. So I'll show you how to do this and then I'm gonna pass them around because I want you guys to feel what it's like to fire these off. So you turn it up once, there's the flashlight. So this is my first step of defense, right? Because I have this flashlight, I'm looking around, I am practicing my situational awareness. Maybe I'm out walking my dog and I'm on the trails and I always have this with me. And then I turn it up one more time and it's live. So this can also be used as a deterrent. So before I even get to that fighting stage, I want to de-escalate as much as I can. So if I see somebody and they're really aggressive, I'm just going to warn them. So I'm going to fire it off, loud noise warning, and I'm going to say, get back! I have a stun gun. I'm going to use this and it's going to drop you to your knees. It's not going to drop them to their knees, but they don't know that, right? And nobody wants to be electrocuted. So I'm going to yell all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, not today, buddy! Right? So I'm just going to be crazy and I'm going to yell whatever I want because I know that he doesn't want an easy target. He doesn't want somebody that's going to fight and make lots of noise. And he or she doesn't want to mess with electricity, right? Nobody wants to be electrocuted. We all have that fear when we go out in a lightning storm. So, all right, so I'm going to pass these around, and I want you to put the disable pin around your wrist. That's super important to always keep that around your wrist. And just go ahead and fire that off, Hannah, and see how that feels. Get away! Woo! Can you tell how powerful that is in your hand?
Yeah, I like it.
It's nice, right?
You want to try it out?
All right. Kathy, you try it.
I like it. My turn.
Back off.
Woo-hoo!
All right, let's see. So how does this thing work? There's
All right.
flashlight.
Flash.
Okay.
And then you
all the
turn
way
it
up,
all the way up.
Oh, hey, it doesn't like shake or do anything. In my
Yeah,
hand.
right? Can't feel it in your hand. No kickback.
Be like, what is this? I know, I don't want to get that close. Is it going to be loud?
It's gonna be loud.
I don't know.
Do it again. Do it again. You gotta feel that power, Audrey.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you guys, this is such an awesome tool. Not only because it comes in all of these beautiful colors, but it's super easy to keep with me. I can put it in my concealed carry purse. It's small. I always have it with me if I'm walking somewhere, right? I did say purse. I forgot it, but my purse that I will tell you about, and they are in the catalog, so you will definitely know about those. Also though, I want you guys to think about layering your protection. So maybe you can't get close enough to use the stun gun on somebody. So what the stun gun is a pain compliance tool. So what that means is it's gonna hurt while it's touching me. It's not a taser, it's not gonna shoot out, it's a stun gun. So I need to touch it to somebody for it to hurt. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna cause the nerve cells to just be super chaotic, and it's gonna cause my muscles to contract and expand randomly, and it's gonna cause a lot of pain. So it's super effective for that deterrent piece and as a weapon, but maybe it gets taken away from me, right? It's a good thing because now that can't be used against me, but then what do I have? Now I just have to fight with my hands, unless I've equipped myself with something else. So everybody should keep a pepper spray on their disabled pin. And if you don't like the pepper spray, a Sakatumi is great too, right? We've just talked about how that could be a lethal weapon. So we're gonna move into pepper sprays on that note, but that's just a super quick way to make sure that you're never left empty-handed, because the most important thing about these products is they help us level the playing field. So what that means is I could be taking self-defense classes all the time, but if somebody wants to attack me that maybe is bigger than me and just has more muscle mass, I mean, I'm pretty ripped, but like, I'm a small girl, right? You guys know, I've been working out. No, so if somebody wants to attack me and they're just bigger than me, then they have the advantage, they have the upper hand, or just even the determination that they've already decided they're gonna attack me, right? I don't know how determined they are and how committed they are to stay in this fight. So I need a weapon to level the playing field. And what these weapons do is they allow me to disrupt his OODA loop, right? So I am able to disrupt that process that he's already in and cause him to rethink about what he's gonna do next, or he or she, right? So they're gonna think about, how do I respond to this? And action is faster than reaction, right? So now I've got the upper hand. I've acted, and now I'm gonna safely get away. So I'm gonna retreat off the X, and then as soon as it's safe, I'm gonna run out of there. So pepper spray is a great tool to disrupt the OODA loop as well. And I can use this at not close contact, right? So I can spray somebody, and this will spray up to 16 feet. Yeah, so that's, let's see, that's at least from here to the end of the stage, right? I'm not that great at it. I do need my string. I forgot my string. But what else does this have? So this is one of the hottest pepper sprays on the market. So it has 18% oleoresin capsicum. So that's the amount of pepper that's in this 5-ounce pepper spray. So super hot, one of the hottest you can get, but it also has UV dye. So that's another layer of protection. And what that is if you spray somebody and then you get away safely, as you should, and you go and file a police report and they find that person, they can identify them by a black light, because the UV dye will be in their skin and it'll stay for up to 7 days. So we all shed skin a little differently. It's not something that they can just go wash off though with soap. It's gonna be stuck there. So that is just another layer of protection for you. And if you empty this and somebody still comes and they wanna attack you still, use this as a force multiplier, or have your Sakatumi with you. You should never just have one weapon. You always need to have a backup plan, right? Because we never know if, it might be a windy day and I don't want to spray this. It's going to come back in my face and then I'm going to be like, what's happening? Because what this does is the pepper spray affects with the mucous membrane in my eyes and my nose, and it causes this involuntary reaction where I'm going to close my eyes, I might have temporary blindness, I might be choking, wheezing, it's going to affect everybody slightly different. And some people, maybe they've been pepper sprayed over and over and over again in the military or something like that, but most people it's going to be extremely effective on. So this is something that I want you guys to practice. I'm going to pass them around, and I want you to just practice flipping that actuator open a few times, okay? Just back and forth. And why I want you guys to do this is because it creates muscle memory, and you're gonna fall on that muscle memory when you have to use this. So the first thing to go when we're under adrenaline is our fine motor skills. So the more times that I can just practice this over and over and over again, I've just learned how to use it, right? So when I am being attacked, I'm just quickly grabbing my pepper spray, I'm opening it, and can I spray this on stage? Yep, it's an inert, okay, good. So I'm practicing, I'm opening, and then I am spraying it. So you see how this, and I'm gonna empty it. I'm gonna empty this guy too, right? So, and I'm aiming for his eyes, nose, and his mouth, okay? So I wanna hit all these really vulnerable areas because he's gonna immediately start feeling those effects. And as soon as I do that, I'm gonna fall off the stage is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna retreat off the X in a 45-degree angle, and I'm gonna be slide shuffling so I don't fall over anything. So practice a few times flipping that actuator, and then I want you to come up and I'll tell you when to spray him. So let's start with you, Audrey. All right. It is an inert. I just didn't know if I should spray the carpet. Okay. All right, eyes, nose, mouth, and did you hold it down all the way? Yep. Empty that guy. Yeah, just empty it. All right, so Tara, practice a couple times. All right, so you're afraid right now he's gonna attack you, so you wanna aim for the eyes, nose, and mouth. Empty that. Woo! And yell.
Get away!
And then, yep, and then retreat off. Okay, Kathy, let's try that.
Everybody back up. I don't aim well.
All right, so practice that. All right, so you're just walking along and he's super aggressive. He's yelling at you, he's coming towards you. Warn him first that you have something.
Get away, I have pepper spray, I'm gonna spray you.
All right, he's still coming. Oh, eyes, nose, mouth.
You did great.
Woo! All right, Hannah, let's see what you got. All right, this guy, I think he's swaying. He's just yelling. He's swearing, he's saying crazy things. This guy looks like he's pretty inebriated, and he looks aggressive, right? So you're yelling to warn him, and he's still coming at you. Let's hear that warning yell.
No!
All right, spray him. He's still... Oh. Spray as you would. Eyes, nose, mouth. Hannah already got hers out, yeah. It's like, we actually had an empty one. But Hannah, you see how Hannah had eyes, nose, mouth, and she was warning him? And you guys, this guy's super drunk, and he's crazy. It's still gonna work on somebody that's under the influence of drugs and alcohol. So, how do you guys like spraying that? Not you, Hannah, but yeah, so another great, really cute tool, right? Super fashionable. And the most important thing is that you keep it on your breakaway keychain. So you guys, you can't even have one of these tools without a breakaway keychain. So you're gonna attach that, and you have this on your purse, you can hook it on your pants, right? Wherever you want. And then you can access your protection easily. It just breaks, put it on your carabiner, wherever, So I always have it, I always know where it is, and I just break it off and I'm ready to use it. So super easy to use, and then you're always practicing that situational awareness. If you're walking to your car at night, just have your pepper spray ready, have it unlocked, and be scanning the area and looking around. So how do you guys feel? Do you feel like warriors now? Do you feel like you've really created a warrior mindset? So what are some of the things that you're gonna practice and reinforce daily to make sure that you make it home to your sweet boys and your girls and your boys? What are you going to practice?
45-degree shuffle.
45-degree shuffle. I love it.
My voice and having my pepper spray.
I love it. Tara, what are you going to practice?
I'm going to practice my situational awareness until it becomes second nature.
Yes. All right. Layering your protection. That is so important. All right, you guys, I just want to thank you so much for coming out to Hannah's Warrior Workshop and taking your own personal safety into your own hands and making this commitment. I think it's absolutely incredible. It shows so much that you're here, and I can't wait to hear how you guys pass it on with your friends and your family as well. So I'm going to be right over here if you have questions about any of the colors or anything like that. I can show you our full catalog, but we'll get you equipped before you head out today.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much, Kaylee.
Thank you. Sorry, your papers. Yes. Yes, give it all.
Wait, you didn't go with the tropical pen.
No. All right. Thank you, ladies. All right. So, how do you guys feel about Warrior Workshop? Yeah. All right, so on your table, you have an interview with a damsel safety trainer. And that is so you can kind of see how one of our very own, the amazing Cheryl Lacey, goes through her Warrior Workshops. So you guys can modify this to work best for you and your teams. The document, the ABCs we gave you, is just the training to go through that. So you have the tools that you need, but definitely modify it to what works best for you. And I want to invite Larissa up to stage. So for many of you guys,